Hello everyone, this side Diksha Ahuja. Welcome back to my channel Economic Zone by Diksha Ahuja. So in today's video, we're gonna cover up chapter number 4, Organization of Data, Statistics Class 11. Till now we have done introduction part and the first stage of statistics, that is collection of data. After collection, we need to organize the data. So let us know the content. And if you really like the video and the previous videos as well, do like and subscribe my channel. Let us know the content of the chapter, that includes meaning of organization and classification and its characteristics. Then we'll know what are the bases of characteristics. Then we'll know the types of variable. We have two types, discrete variable and continuous variable. Then we will understand what is the raw data and in which kind of series we can convert. There are three series: individual series, discrete series or frequency array, frequency distribution or continuous series. And lastly, we'll know in the chapter how to convert the raw data into these series. The topics which I'll gonna cover up in this video are meaning of organization and classification and its characteristics, basis of classification, types of variables, concept of raw data and types of series. And in the next part of this chapter, we're gonna learn the conversion of raw data into different series. So let us start one by one. So the meaning of organization and classification. Organization means we collect the raw data, we arrange it properly. Now the question arises, why we arrange it? We organize it so that it becomes easy to understand and will be more convenient for the further analysis to be done for statistics. Now what is classification? Basically arranging the data into different groups so that the common characteristics can enter into different groups according to their characteristics. So classification or organization are somewhere same thing, but in organization we are just arranging it, in classification we are making in groups. So characteristics of classification. So the very first characteristics is it should be homogeneous, or homogeneity should be present. That means if you are making groups, all items in the group must be homogeneous, or like you can say identical, similar to each other. Then suitability. Now what do you mean by suitability? We are just saying that the composition of the classes, that means the groups, must suit the objective of inquiry. As I explained, that let's say my question and inquiry is, I want to know the unemployment rate of male and female. So my group should be formed of male and female. So this is suitable according to the survey in question. Third, flexibility. Flexibility means this classification should be elastic. That means if any change need to be required, then there should be a scope for the change. Next, clarity. So in this we can say that the classification of raw data should be clear and simple. Then last, and that is very important, comprehensive. Classification means dividing in groups of the raw data should be so comprehensive that each and every item of the data gets into some group or class. That means there should be no item left anywhere. All should be included in any of the class or group. This is it. Next is basis of classification. These are chronological classification, geographical or spatial classification, qualitative classification, that is divided into simple, twofold and manifold, and last is quantitative classification. So our task is to understand all four one by one. So the very first is chronological classification. In chronological classification, when we are saying that it is working time wise, weeks, month wise data is given, that classification is known as chronological. You can have a look on this picture. The population of India is given from 1941 to 1991 after every 10 years. So this is chronological classification. Second is geographical or spatial qualification. In this type of qualification, we refer to geographical, that means places, countries, state. अगर कोई भी data like areas related होगा, that will be geographical bifurcation. You can see the picture here. Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka. The data of production of food grains is given in 1000 tons. So this data is a geographical classification. Third kind of classification is qualitative classification. It can be simple, twofold, and manifold. So the data which is classified into sex, caste, religion, literacy, gender, these are qualitative classification. So simple will be if I am having the data of unemployment for male and female. Only one bifurcation is there. The unemployment rate is the data and it is bifurcated for two parts, male and female. That means gender. This is simple this classification. And if the data is given, let's say, for rural unemployment and urban unemployment, then it is given rural males kitne unemployed hai, rural females kitne unemployed hai, similarly urban males kitne hai, urban females kitne unemployed hai. So this will be two-fold classification because here two characteristics are shown. First is area, rural and urban. Second is gender, that is male and female. So this will be twofold. And here you can see the other picture where gender wise and state wise data is given. Boys and girls, number of students is the data, boys and girls, and classes. So classes and gender, two type of classifications here. So this is manifold qualitative, or you can say twofold qualitative classification. Fourth type of classification is quantitative classification. That is very simple. When we are having the data of numerical terms like height, age, we are saying the age between 10 to 20 like that, weight, income, marks of students. For example, if marks of the students are given between 0 to 10, 3 students have got the marks between 0 to 10. This kind of classification is quantitative. Quantitative means numbers. Quantitative classification. The next is types of variables. Everybody knows, I think, in 10th class they have studied. There are two types of variables, discrete variables and continuous variables. Discrete variables are in complete numbers and cannot be fractions. That means they are integers. Let's say you can say number of students in class are 2, 4, 10, 15. These are absolute numbers, that is discrete variables. Continuous variable can be height. Like you can say 5 feet and 2 inches. So this is in fraction, you can say, or this is in decimal. So continuous variables are those variables that can take any value, fractional value or integral value. Let's talk about raw data. Raw data means unorganized data, which is not organized actually, which we get after collection of data. Then we do the organization of data, keeping the raw data with us. So let's see an example. Let's say we are having some values randomly kept somewhere and need to pick up to organize them into any of the three series. So let's come to the next topic, type series. There are three types of series: individual series, discrete series, and continuous series. So let us know about all three one by one. Individual series. Individual series means that series in which the items are listed one by one individually after arranging them into ascending or descending order. Let's say we are having raw data kept somewhere like that. Then we will arrange the data into ascending or descending order individually. That will be individual series. Then this is discrete series. Discrete series is also known as frequency array, which says that data is divided into x values and frequency. Just have a look on this picture. we are having number of CDs as X values and number of students which we got from telemarks, which we will understand in the next part of the chapter. So when we are having X values and frequency, that series is known as discrete series. Next and the last kind of series is continuous series. That includes class intervals and frequency. So just have a look on this picture. We are having wages between 10 to 20, 20 to 30. These are the class intervals, and number of workers, that is frequency. So the items are in the range of limits, let's say 10 to 20 or 0 to 5, like that. So in other words, we can say the data are classified into different range called the class intervals in continuous series. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.